guys, my name's Taz, back on the right hand side of the bike today. Last week we were on the left hand side, changing the jetting from 110 to 115 and then 17.5 to 20 on the Pilot. This week, to help us on the mid-range, I want to take the tank off, I want to move the fuel pump to get up in here so that I can take the needle out and drop the E-clip down one to make it richer through that mid-range. Bear with me. So your Pilot that we replaced last week affects about the first quarter of the throttle. Then the needle is from there on, and the main in the higher rev range. So after doing all that work to rejet it, it'd be crazy not to just adjust the needle. 12mm gets rid of the single bolt that holds the tank down. $8mm takes care of these bolts that hold the fuel pump on. And because it's going to be a quick job, realistically I don't want to disconnect all the fuel lines. Just going to get the fuel pump out of the way. Yeah. We don't need to remove the fuel tank completely, just enough to be able to get at these 4 screws. Carefully. Dive around. Just be careful with this. These are insanely expensive for what they are and are quite delicate. Cool. Okay. Careful with all those pieces. Okay, so if you pull your needle jet out, on some of the Viragos it's got slots and an E-clip like this. In some of the later models I believe that this is fixed, and so you have to use washers to shim underneath it to get the same result. Click. Put it all back together. So with that all back together, reposition the carb slide. And the diaphragm. Spring. So I picked up some stainless steel M4 screws to replace the ones that are getting munched every time we take the carb apart. Damn it. We might just fire this up and let it warm up while we put it all back together. Doesn't actually sound too bad. Turn. That's reacting to the throttle. Probably drop the idle a little bit more. Yeah, nice. So guys, in the previous video, we increased the jet sizes to richness through the low range and the high range. And then in this video, we've come to the right hand side of the bike. We moved the tank, the fuel pump, and we took out the carb slide, and we dropped the E-clip on the needle one slot down towards the pointy end to richness through the mid-range. You can hear that it starts really easily. Reacts instantly to the throttle. You won't be able to, but I can sort of sense that it's not running too rich. I'm not getting gassed out. So it's an easy job. Just be meticulous, slow, has some replacement screws because you're gonna mince the standard ones. They're M4s. I use 10 mils, but you can also get 15 mil. And if you've got a newer XV, you're going to need some small washers to shim underneath the E-clip because it's fixed. In the older XV250s, it's got slots. So you drop it one towards the pointy end to richen it, go up towards the blunt end would make it more lean. And in the end, between the carb slide mod, the rejetting, and the sort of changed needle valve position, it really livens the little 250 right up. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this couple of videos where we messed around with the carburetor and really just gave the XV a few more legs. Till next time, my name's Taz. I'm out.